All right, guys, so getting off to a new week. Today is Tuesday. Turn that off. I normally we don't work on Memorial Day, but I thought my boys were coming home, and I saved some lot work for them. But then the plans changed and they didn't come, so they're not going to come until this week. So I went out and I did those lots. But today we are kind of right on time. Not behind or anything like that. We got 2 from yesterday we're going to need to catch up. But I got to ask the question about if you're starting up in the lawn business, trying to get a lawn business off the ground. When is a good time to buy a commercial lawnmower? And that might be a loaded question, I don't know. But my answer to that is I would not even think about buying a commercial mower. If you've got a mower that can get you by, I started out with a Craftsman, plain rider. No zero turn. So if you've got a mower that'll mow grass, use that until you can accumulate the clientele and the income. And that's not going to be in a year or two. If you go and buy a commercial mower, that's going to become a payment that you are personally going to be responsible for. Because you may not be making enough money now. You know, your payment can run you. Your payment's gonna run you now around $200, a little more a month for a real good commercial mower. There, it's gonna cost you around 11 grand. So you're gonna pay a payment. So, and then you gotta ask yourself, if you're getting into the lawn business, you gotta ask yourself, is this really what you want to do? Because watching YouTube and seeing other guys out here doing it, until you get out here and actually do it, it can be another whole story. And then that's when you see guys dropping out of sight on them. They didn't realize the work that was involved in it. But yeah, I was 3 years in before I bought my first commercial mower. So, but I knew where I wanted to go with it. Once I got it off the ground, I wanted to go full time. So, you can't just go out and make a bill if you're not making enough to pay a bill. If you're mowing 3 or 4 yards a week or 5 yards a week, I would say build my clientele, and then as the cash flow started to flow, maybe then I would, think about getting a commercial mower. But I wouldn't. That wouldn't be my startup thing. That wouldn't. If you got a mower, use that mower. I don't care what we do, guys. Enjoy the video. All right, guys, so we're our first 2 properties, and even in commercial servicing, you want to have that consolidation. We have this property where I'm at right here, got that island and that island, and then we have that one where he's blowing at. But now this property is really weird, because the big concern with this property, and you let me know if you got something like this, it's not that. It's the parking lot and the cracked grass. They do not want the cracked grass anywhere. You can keep that down. You can have this property. Tell me if you have something like this. We're headed to the next one. All right, guys, so we're at our 3rd down the street, 4th and 5th property. And this is what we got. This is a new one this year. It's got bushes pretty much galore. They go all the way around to the back. And this one, believe it or not, guys, is a weekly. And it goes on around. I'm gonna stop mowing, bring you back to finish. All right, guys. So, yeah, on today we're gonna be talking about subject that I got asked about. Uh, what do, as a lawn care provider, I call myself? And they want to know if I call myself solo with a helper. And that was real good. And I'd heard that before. I can't remember uh, what video was talking about that solo guy with a helper. And when you think about it, the ones of us that have helpers with us, that's what we are. We're solo with a helper. And it's because sometimes with the job market being like it is, with the workforce being like it is, being hard to find people to work, um, that's what we find ourselves sometimes. It's solo. If you find yourself sometimes having to go out by yourself, but you do have a helper, talk to me about that. But yeah, um, you know, I don't know what it was, but after 2020, COVID, and everything got back to normal, seems like nobody wants to work. I recall before that, during this time of the year, I would be just overloaded with calls from different guys. Want to know if I had any work, if I had anything that they could do. Did I need a weed eater man? Did I need somebody that could pull flower beds? That, they trim bushes good. They do this good. They do that good. But now I've got one full-time guy, and then I have another guy that I use when I can put my hands on him. And when I say when I can put my hands on him, that is the truth. I mean, it is the job market and the health situation for lawn care is it's getting tougher and tougher. You know, right now I'm looking for maybe a part-time guy, but I'm having a hard time finding a part-time guy because if you do find someone, even if they're not working, they're going to want to work full time. They're not going to want to work, say, 2 days a week or 3 days a week. Even if you can find them some work elsewhere to fill in those days, they just don't want to do it. But yeah, solo with the helper is what we are. And sometimes, especially in my situation, with where my business is, I want to look at going solo again, and that may be somewhere down the road, but it's not for me right now. So I'm for now. I got a good guy. Uh, he looks like he's going to be around. He's been here. This is his third year. Yeah, this is his third year, and so he's at work. He comes, shows up to work, and he's good. The guy's good. He can edge. He can string trim. He can trim bushes. Uh, his mowing, I prefer to have my mowing because a lot of people don't realize that mowing is as important as string trimming and edging. Edging, that puts a touch on it, but um, when you start, you know, mowing, you got to make sure your lines are right. Okay, so we're done with this property, and this is one we acquired this year. It's a new property. And it's becoming one of our better properties. You take a look at the shrubbery. We trim the shrubs today. Um, that's one thing I've got to get, some bush trimmers. Uh, but we did the bushes, and I did also the back. This one sets on about 2 lots, and so it's a bigger property. So yeah, we're going to be going on down the street. We've got 2 more up the street that we're going to do. But yeah, remember that if you're a guy with a helper, you can consider yourself being solo with a helper. Enjoy the video, guys. All right, guys, so we just finished these two. We got to get them blowed, but guess what? Always do the work. This lady just walked across the street. She bought this house last year. She's been watching this for a while now, and she wanted to know if she could get on the schedule. We go get it knocked out, and I'll bring you back and finish. And this, she had been trying to do it herself, but she says it's getting away from her, so it's gonna put her on the schedule. We're gonna knock it out. Do the job. Neighbors are always watching. There it is. Do the job, do it right, guys. The neighbors are watching. And you might say, Johnny, that wasn't on the schedule. You did it anyway. Hey, guys, 2024. Don't leave no money on the table. None.